What is going on, guys? Today I'm here to give you my UFC 308 predictions. I'm only doing the last two fights, so we'll get straight into it. Khamzat versus Whittaker. I mean, Khamzat, you know, he's got some great attributes. You know, he's intimidating, he's strong, you know, his wrestling and sambo, jiu-jitsu, whatever you want to call it, is really relentless. But I don't know if that's going to work against Robert Whittaker. I think Rob is too experienced. I think that Rob is very explosive at the minute as well. You know, ever since his loss to Dricus, he's been fighting with a lot more intent, a lot more aggression. And I think Khamzat crumbles under the pressure. It's shown before. I mean, he went 3 rounds in a dogfight with Gilbert Burns, and you know, that did not age well. Gilbert Burns has had quite a few losses since then, so I'm not convinced that Khamzat can do it. Obviously, Khamzat, like he could go in there, steamroll him in 1 round, but I think he has to do that. That's his game plan. I think if this goes past round 1, then Khamzat's finished. You know, he couldn't even beat Usman on 11 days notice at middleweight. You know, a welterweight going up to middleweight, 11 days notice. I think arguably Usman won that fight. I thought he was going to get a decision. I mean, it comes out won round 1, and then the other 2 I gave to Usman. The middle one was close, but the third one I think I definitely gave to Usman if I remember it. It might be the other way around, but I'm pretty sure it was that way around. I think that, yeah, I think Khamzat has to get it down in round 1. And the thing is that Khamzat, he intimidates his opponents, and I don't think he can intimidate Rob. Rob's been there, he's seen it, he's done it all, you know. I don't see how he's going to do that. I don't think Khamzat just doesn't have the gas tank, and if he doesn't get it done in round 1, I think Rob does him. And I think Khamzat's striking is very suspect as well. You know, he hasn't, his hands have never looked good. They've never looked great. They look good, but they never look great. Do you know what I mean? I've never looked at his stand up and thought, whoa, like, you know, he gets into these exchanges, these flurries, and you know, it's a bit like, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like just bite on the gum shield, pray for the best kind of thing. And I think that's not going to do well against Robert. I think Robert is a technician on the feet. I think he's going to get it done. So I'm leaning towards Robert TKO in like the 2nd or 3rd round. I don't think he's going 5 rounds. Rob's takedown defense is decent, you know, obviously, but Khamzat could do it in round 1, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Rob's got too much experience, and he's going to get him. Khamzat, you know, has loads of problems with his immune system and cutting weight, and he's not active as well. Rob's so much more active, so I am definitely leaning towards Rob. I think it's possible, I'm mighty my words, but I think it's possible Rob makes this look quite easy, survives round 1, maybe even like wobbles, comes up in round 1, gets him a bit shook, and then I think Robert just goes in there, round 2 and 3, puts the pressure on him, sets up the traps, and ultimately I think he TKOs Khamzat. I do not see it going to round 4 or 5, if I'm honest. I don't think Khamzat's got the gas tank. We haven't seen it yet in every 3-round fight. By the third round, he's finished. You know, when you exert that much energy in the 1st round, it's impossible to go 5 rounds. Maybe he will try and change it up. I don't think he will. I think he thinks he's kind of invincible. So I'm going with Robert Whittaker by 3rd round TKO. Moving on to the main event is Ilia versus Max. Another really tough fight to call. You know, I could see Ilia knocking Max out, and I could see Max winning by decision or late TKO. Ilia, even though he's the champ, he hasn't proven enough to me. He knocked out Volk, but I know a lot of people disagree, but I don't think that was a great Volk. After the knockout, I think he's probably quite chinny after the Islam high kick that knocked him out, head kick. I think that Ilia, oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. The thing is with Ilia, is his boxing is crisp. You know, you see a lot of MMA guys hit pads, and it doesn't look great. It looks like amateur boxing season, and I'm never impressed. Like, me and my friend often send pad work to each other through of other fighters, and it's always embarrassing. It's almost like they're holding back. They don't want to throw. Ilia is so good with it. Little rolls, and the way he hits it, everything's crisp. Everything's very, very clean and tidy. He has got superior boxing to most people in MMA, in the UFC, should I say. I think that Max obviously has great boxing as well, but he just hasn't got the power. Ilia does have the power, but then you're going against Max Holloway, so who's never been knocked out. You can brawl with the best of them, and you don't want to end up in a dogfight with Max. That's kind of like the cliche thing that everyone says, and I think that's true. I think that Max could do this, if I'm honest. I'm starting to lean towards Max Holloway. I counted him out against Justin Gaethje, and then when he was beating Justin Gaethje up, I was like, of course this was going to happen. Like, Justin isn't quick enough. He's not clean enough to take what Max is given. So very interesting fight. Ilia's got the ground game as well, superb on the ground, but I just don't see him. No one's ever taken Max down and controlled him significantly on the ground. You know, Ortega obviously isn't a great wrestler, but he's great on the ground, but he couldn't do a lot with Max either. So I don't think that Ilia's jiu-jitsu and ground game are going to come into this. I think that Max will be able to get up and defend, and I think he might wear Ilia out. I mean, Ilia's never gone 5 rounds as far as I'm aware. So Max has got experience on his side, and I think Max might just get this done. I think he might get this done by utilising his boxing, like his jabs and stuff, and staying away from those dangerous shots that Ilia shoots out. And I could see him wearing Ilia down. You know, Ilia just started looking more and more sloppy. I think we're going to know quite soon, through the first few exchanges, how this fight's going to go. So it is a big guess on this one, in my opinion. But I'm going to go with Max. I'm going to go either a decision or a late TKO. I'll probably eat my words, but I can't see Ilia. I don't know what it is. I know Ilia's like, he's done everything he's needed to do at this point, but I can't see him knocking out Max. I mean, Max never been knocked. He's never been knocked out. Do you know what I mean? Like, first time I've seen him get dropped was against Justin Gaethje, but I just can't see Ilia doing it. I just can't see Ilia beating him. I mean, I can see it, but it's just a different. It's like I say, it's such a hard fight to pick, because I could see Ilia going out there knocking him out, but like I just said, I don't really see it as well, so it's quite conflicting. I think Max is going to wear him out, and I think his gas tank is going to be the main thing. I mean, Ilia is really durable, but he's never had someone who throws as much volume as Max and has that much heart as Max Holloway. And the things with Max Holloway as well, he's got the experience. He's done the 5 rounds loads of times. Like, this isn't new to him. Yeah, he's got 7 losses and Ilia's got none, but Ilia's fought Volk and a couple of others, you know. He hasn't, Jai Herbert or I forget the other guy that he knocked out. I forget his name, but it's I just think Max has got the experience. He's gonna know. He's gonna be getting out of range, making him tired, make Ilia tired, and then I think he's gonna either late TKO him or just win a decision based on volume. But we'll see. Obviously, I'll be doing a reaction video, so I'll see you then.